Hello, how are you? Welcome back to ShowNewTrend. I'm host of today, and my name is Elvis Dairy.
$7.8 billion a month is all I needed to hear. Keep the fucking government closed. I'm cool with it. Did you know that $7.8 billion is what they spend a month on SNAP benefits? And over 70% of SNAP recipients are not even legal American citizens. So our taxpayers are going to pay for the SNAP benefits, which is making them morbidly obese, which is making them need health care, which we're paying for their free health care. And then the cycle just continues and continues and continues. No, thank you. So you want us to approve health care now, free, for illegal immigrants when over 70% of SNAP benefits are going to illegal immigrants at the rate of almost $8 billion a month. No, thank you. I stand 10 toes down. I hate the fact that the military is not getting paid. I hate the fact that government workers are not getting paid. But guess what? If we continue to allow this, they will continue to take advantage of it. Here in my home state, there are illegal immigrants going to their congressmen telling them we cannot afford to live or stay in the United States without government assistance. But I thought illegals were not getting government assistance. Isn't that what they tried to lie to us and tell us? I thought they told us that they were not receiving health care benefits. Oh, but yes, they are. And now you have them at our boards choosing or acting like they are respecting our law and the way that our system works here now all of a sudden when their benefits get cut. Yeah, no, I'm good. Keep it closed. Keep it closed.
Saying that they cut her food stamps from $1,000 all the way down to $212 a month. I'm not gonna lie, man. That's really not the government's fault, man. That's really your fault because y'all the ones who depend on it. You know how many women, and this is no offense to women, so please don't take this wrong, ladies. A lot of women have babies, a lot of babies, because the more babies they have, the more benefits they get, meaning that they can go the next 18 years without even having to work because they get that monthly benefit every month. They get that housing every month. They get that Medicaid, Medicare every single month. Coming online, snapping to a bunch of strangers who don't know you is not going to change your situation, man. To me, that's just another form of begging. We all knew that this was going to happen, man. So this is the time to get up and do something. You shouldn't have waited until it happened. We all seen this coming. If you're on TikTok making TikTok videos spazzing out about your food stamps getting cut, then you were on TikTok seeing the warning signs that they were going to cut food stamps. You guys let me know in the comment section, what do you think of this situation right here? Thanks for watching.
EBT moms, what are we doing if we don't get EBT in November? Just wondering, because I don't get that much to begin with, but like my family thrives off that. We need that. Like that's where we get our big bulk dinner items. So just wondering, what am I supposed to do?
I don't care if I get canceled, but as an EBT mother on a budget of $300 to $400, even when I only had $200, you know what's cheaper than a $3 pack of Little Debbie snacks? A 50-cent can of fucking green beans, okay? You know what's cheaper than 3 packs of soda? A bunch of cans of 50-cent cans of vegetables, okay? You know what's cheaper than the $150 you spent on chips, sugar, soda, all of that shit? Buying a bunch of meat. Because the amount of snacks that you bought are enough to last you 2 weeks, and the amount of meat that I bought is enough to last me the entire month of November while I wait for food benefits to fix themselves. You can stock up on pasta. You can stock up on staples, okay? Look at that. After buying all healthy foods to ensure that my children are having as less problematic foods in their diet as possible, look at the money I have left over for snacks. We got cookies, we got baked cheddar, whatever the fuck these are, pretzels, a bag of fruit snacks, and saltine crackers. And you know what my children don't complain about? Mom, why can't we have cake and ice cream and sugar all the time? I don't give a crap. I don't think children should starve, but I don't think children should be being fed poisonous shit all the time because parents want to boo-hoo over the fact that they're not willing to get their lives in order. And obviously, I'm not talking about disabled. Obviously, I'm not talking about elderly. And obviously, I'm not talking about the parent that just lost her husband and now has to do it on her own. Obviously, I'm not talking about people who got raped and had to take care of a kid that was forced upon them. So don't make it into that. My children are so health conscious that I can let them have their whole Halloween bag of candy in their room and they only limit themselves to a piece a day. They're not super dependent on sugar. They don't freak out because I don't give them the bag of chips. It's all about how you raise your child. The reason your kid wants a plethora of unhealthy foods versus vegetables is because that unhealthy foods is what you shoved in their face the most, okay? And if anything, you should have just waited a couple years, let them be on a diet of vegetables, protein, and fruits, and then introduce them to the fun stuff so that they didn't get some form of addicted, considering a lot of you admit that American food is addicting, but are still willing to give it to your kids. If all your grocery store serves is pasta and tomatoes and broccoli and chicken, then work with those healthy foods. If it ensures that in the future your child is less at risk of developing gastrointestinal problems, for them to have to rely on good quality care that we don't already have in America, for them to have to deal with, then that is perfectly fine. Your child will be thankful of the fact that they don't have to worry about their health, that now they can focus on being successful in whatever fucking economy is going to be in their way. I'm not going to sit here and continuously make excuses and boo-hoo. I do not like the fact that when I go and show up on the 5th to go get food because my stamps have loaded, that all I'm seeing is people's cars filled with endless shit, and my cart is filled with fruits, vegetables, and protein, bro. I pray that they do fix the SNAP, that they make it like WIC where you're only allowed to buy certain foods in certain categories. Like if you want vegetables, you can only buy vegetables. It doesn't matter what type of vegetable it is, you're allowed to buy vegetables. Dairy, you're allowed to buy dairy, but it has to be milk and ingredient-based products, not endless ice cream, endless cheesecake, and all of that. Nobody is standing up for these kids that are suffering and being brainwashed to believe they're having fun, when in the future they develop gastrointestinal cancer, but the entirety of their childhood, their mother conditioned them that they were having fun and just having endless sugar like a typical kid does. Cancel me. I don't care, bro. And before the people come and say, oh, well, you know, some people are only able to shop at the gas station. Dude, first off, the amount of people that can only shop at gas stations for food, especially ones with EBT, is so incredibly low, it's ridiculous, dude. Most often than not, if you have access to a gas station, you have access to a grocery store right nearby. Maybe it has to be 30 minutes away if you're out in the middle of nowhere. But then it raises the question, why did you have a kid? Were you raped? Was this a case of you, unfortunately, whatever? Why did you choose to have sex knowing that it makes a baby? Why? Oh, and now you're gonna get, oh, Scarlett, how dare you blame people? Because you're making decisions that are causing children to have adverse effects. That's why I'm mad. I am mad at adults making decisions that always leads to a child suffering. It's not that hard to fucking understand. Cancel me. I don't care. If me speaking up for other kids and ensuring that other kids have a 100% success rate in a country that is willing to do everything in their power to put them down, I will be the voice of those kids. I'm not going to support you and your need to have soda. I'm going to support that kid and their need to have a healthy diet so they don't have to suffer, because IBS, cancer, all of that is fucking horrible, and we already don't get good enough healthcare in America. Complaining about the healthcare system, but yet putting a strain on it, right? Common sense, right? 1 in 6 children have obesity. 1 in 20 kids have severe obesity. Gastrointestinal cancers are on the rise. IBS is on the rise. Oh, do you think it's just because of the vaccines? You don't think it has anything to do with the food you shove in your mouth every single fucking day?
Baby, you sitting over there crying about food stamps, but you went and got a whole BBL. How that makes sense? Can't swipe that booty at the grocery store. And hush up and pass me that hot sauce.
They did it. They took away SNAP benefits. I get SNAP every month for me and my son. I get $550 a month in SNAP. I called my EBT card yesterday and I got an automated message from the government that's like, SNAP benefits are no longer available. They will be shut down in November. And I was like, don't get me wrong, there is a lot of like misinformation going on, but this is like real information. Like my card really said, nah, you ain't getting $550 next month or probably the month after that. So if you know me and you've been following me, you know that I am in school and I work 2 jobs. It's I do like Instacart and Uber when I can so that it fits my schedule for me being a mother and me being in school. I'm going to sonography school. The only reason I'm able to go to school and afford school is because of FAFSA and student loans. I'm shocked. I'm like, they really did that. And right now my kid is sick. He has a fever and we have Medi-Cal, and thank God they haven't taken away Medi-Cal because he had to literally go to the doctors this week because he has like a virus, and it's been a really stressful week for me. I don't want to talk about it, but these people, thank God, my family, like I'm Mexican, Indian, and Filipino. That's my nationality. I'm Mexican, Indian, and Filipino. Thank God my family, I have a big family. So yes, they did take away the SNAP, and yes, I'm going to have to probably work more, and my family is going to have to help me out more, and people I know and everything, everyone's going to have to put in more effort, and thank God I have people to do that for me, or with me, or help me. I'm blessed in that way, thank you God, because I am blessed with a ton of people who would never ever let me go without, and I love them for that. But there are mothers out there. There are single mothers with babies.
How do I feel about what?
How do you feel about the fact that yesterday we spent $27 to buy cupcakes for our son with our EBT so we could send them with him today to his ABA therapy office since his birthday's tomorrow?
Me? You want to know how I feel about knowing that some of my tax dollars went towards your son's birthday cupcakes? Cupcakes that he took to his ABA therapy so that he could celebrate himself and have other people celebrate him on his birthday? How do I feel about that? I feel fucking great about it. I feel amazing about that, because I wouldn't want to deprive any child of something like that. I wouldn't want to deprive any child of being able to feel included and proud and celebratory of themselves. And I know how intertwined food and those kinds of milestones can be. Unfortunately, I'm not the shopping cart secret service. Whatever you put in your shopping cart for you and your family is no one's business but your own. And I don't know if you spending that $27 on those cupcakes meant that you had to sacrifice something for yourself and forego something that you might have wanted. But if that's the case, then I think that's really solid parenting. Because as parents, we often have to make those kinds of decisions and make those kinds of sacrifices. So again, if you're asking me, I think it's fucking great. And I hope your kid had the happiest birthday.
All right. The total is going to be $299.99. How are you going to pay? How are you paying?
With card.
Okay. Debit or credit? Okay, debit or credit, right?
Yeah, something like something. Can you go get me a water? Sure, I appreciate it. Okay, cool.
You said what? DBT? What? Is it Visa? Amex? MasterCard?
Oh yeah, here we go.
What'd you say? Okay, let me get the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get the card, man. Okay. Oh, sir, this looks like it looks like a EV. You sure? You want to pay with this? Huh? You sure you want to?
We should go leave it. Just keep the card.
You said keep the card.
Hey guys, I want you to listen to this.
And the update this morning was they really want people to know that SNAP funding does not have to run out on November 1st. SNAP is actually funded and designed to not run out during a government shutdown. And in fact, there is a $5 to $6 billion contingency fund that is available now. And the USDA knows it's available. The Trump administration knows it's available. They are choosing not to tap into it because it is better for them politically to let millions of Americans go hungry and then play political games.
Now, the reason I find this interesting is because we got disabled people, elderly people, kids that will go hungry in the month of November because the government want to play around. We talking about billions of dollars set aside for a government shutdown, and they're not going to use it? This is political games being played, and you think the Trump administration give a damn? And for the ones out there saying they don't give a damn because they not in that position, somebody you know of somebody they know is in that position. But this is what the American people voted for.
To all of you individuals who are freaking out, who are on food stamps, y'all need to calm down. And I'm going to tell you why. Because while y'all out here cutting up and making videos on TikTok about how you're going to break into stores and you're going to steal all this stuff and you and your kids going to steal all this stuff. First of all, you just incriminated yourself, and that's premeditation, and you need to go ahead and retract those statements. I'm trying to help you out. Second, I'm going to tell you, President Trump just got back from a very, very successful Asia trip. And now he is back and he is dealing with the issues of American citizens. And the biggest issue right now is the 42 million American citizens who are on public assistance, who are thinking that they're not going to get their benefits on 1 November, which is Saturday. Now, I don't know how this falls on the days or whatever, but I'm telling you, the president is not going to sit here and watch 42 million American citizens go without food. Okay, I'm going to tell you that first of all. You watch and see what I tell you. He paid the military, made sure the military got paid on the 15th of last month. He is making sure the military gets paid on the 30th of this month, which is today. And he is going to find the money somewhere to pay for all of you who are complaining about him and who for some reason talked all this bullshit about no kings like 3 weeks ago. Now you begging, please, king, come help me. Funny how that shit works. But President Trump is going to swoop in and he is going to find the money somewhere in the trillions of dollars that have been floating around that have been spent on illegals, for instance. That money is going to start going to American citizens. I just saw a few articles very recently within the last day or so that 90,000 non-citizens have been cut from EBT programs and SNAP programs as of like this week. And they've been doing that the whole time. And every time they do it, they report it. So the more of these foreigners who are not here lawfully are being taken off of public assistance, what do you think that does, class? It makes room for American citizens who actually need the money and who are entitled to it. However, don't get used to it again. Okay? Don't get used to it because you're going to have to start qualifying for these benefits. All right? The goal is for people to become self-sufficient in this new golden age. You don't need to sit on food stamps and EBT for 20 freaking years and teach your daughters how to do the same thing. And then they teach their daughters. That shit is over. This is not the 80s. All cap, dude. Come on now, get up off your ass and stop complaining and stop saying, I got kids, I can't work. Bitch, I had kids. I was a teen parent and I worked and I went to school and I got through it. I was on Section 8 and food stamps. They called it something different. But I was on a public assistance for a little while. And then I was like, shit on this. You giving me, that's it? Sister gotta have more. So I made a way and you can too. But I'm telling you what's going to happen, just so you're aware, I'm telling you first. I know other people might be thinking it, but President Trump is going to swoop in and he is going to make sure that those who are currently on these programs are going to get paid. Even if it might be a day or so late, don't trip the fuck out. Sit down and just hold up. You can wait a day or so. He's going to make sure that you get paid. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to hear Democrats trying to claim credit for it. They're the ones who shut the government down and caused this in the first place. The Democrats wanted full benefits and medical care for illegals, and President Trump and the GOP, the Republicans, are saying, no, we ain't paying for illegals no more. We are going to give the money to Americans. FBAs, for instance. All right? I'm going to end with this. President Trump is going to swoop in, and he is going to make sure that 42 million American citizens have what they need, especially in the month of November. He's not going to let you go without when Thanksgiving is coming up. Chill out. The Democrats would, though. If that shit was Kamala Harris, she'd have let you starve. She don't give a crap. She's not black anyway, by the way. She's Indian. So she doesn't care about you. Trump is going to fix this problem, and you better give props where props is due. Peace.
I heard that they was looting stores because people not getting their food stamps next month. And I just want to say, if I am in line to pay for my groceries and people start looting, I'm going with them. Because one, this is a huge inconvenience for your customer. Number two, you're worried about the wrong person.
So I just finally got confirmation that food stamps is officially cut for next month. And the thing about a lot of stereotypes is they say that if you're on SNAP benefits, you don't work hard, you sit on your butt and you just collect checks, when that's not the case. I work hard every single day. I get up every single day and clean houses, and I still rely on food stamps to feed my 6 children because the prices are so high. It's unrealistic to think about not having food stamps. Next month, I'm so terrified because 6 babies are always eating, plus myself. I eat about 1 meal a day, but still. And it's like, they always say don't rely on the government. But sometimes, like in situations right now where the government literally has raised prices over 300% on just everything, eggs, milk, everything, you do have to rely on stamps, especially in my situation where I just got custody of 3 children on top of mine. So we need it. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm terrified right now. And I don't know if anyone else is scared, but this is scary. But like, Trump needs to figure something out. I don't know. This is so messed up right now.
Y'all ain't hear me. They cut my food stamps. I ain't paying for none of this shit. I got babies at home that gotta eat. You think I'm just gonna leave my cart here? Hell no. I ain't paying nothing. I'm walking out with it. Try and stop me.
So over 40 million people are about to lose their SNAP benefits on November 1st due to the government shutdown. But why does this feel like a setup? Now let me slow walk you through this whole situation, starting with Walmart, because people are saying on the 1st they're going to raid Walmart because they don't have food stamps. Now keep in mind, Walmart makes over $3 billion a year on the SNAP benefit program, which is 25% of the entire program annually. Which is pretty interesting, being that they are one of the sponsors for the No Kings protests, in which other globalists were actually funding the No Kings protests like Ford, the Rockefeller Foundation, George Soros, just to name a few. But Walmart makes over $600 billion, so $3 billion is a drop in the bucket. So who really benefits and what's really going on? I mean, not only it's about money, which it is, because Walmart lost over $20 billion over the last 5 days, which could be a great opportunity for insiders to buy a cheaper stock. But it's about power and control as well. Could it be that all these corporations, big tech, billionaires want to induce civil unrest to implement a digital ID? Because out of chaos comes order. I mean, you have Bill Gates and Larry Ellison all pushing for a digital ID, in which right now is a New World Order situation in the UK, in which their problems is based on immigration, which easily can be induced to implement a digital ID. And guess which group has 60% of their group on SNAP benefits? Immigrants. Immigrants do, and they know this, so it seems like we're being played from both sides. I mean, it would be kind of crazy. Companies like Amazon plan to lay off over 500,000 jobs over the next 5 years due to AI automation, crushing the middle class, causing civil unrest. Not to mention, UPS just cut 48,000 jobs today. So the question is all this orchestrated so we're worrying about SNAP benefits and immigration being separated, black, white, all while they're building a New World Order situation for us? Could be. All the while, we still don't have an Epstein list, which is probably a distraction on top of a distraction at this point. Make sure you guys hit up my YouTube for more info, but what do you guys think about all this? Let me know below.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them food stamps off. If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have 2, don't go having another one. If you have 1, don't go having 2 more.
So,
They say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio. It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching a video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you.
You know, people are out here scrambling, asking, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Take your butt to work.
Aw, you think we don't know that you sell your food stamps and that's why a lot of you are angry? Ha ha ha, nice try, wrong guy. And yesterday, the Democrats voted for the 13th time in a row not to fund SNAP, not to reopen the government 13 different times. You think they're not watching these videos on the internet of the EBT crowd saying they're going to riot, they're going to loot, they're going to literally rob stores, they're going to rob paying customers? You think they're not seeing that and literally frothing at the mouth? It's like porn to them. You understand? The Democrats love it. And I'm going to say this right here, right now, in front of everybody. If you don't believe in God, you try to rob me of the groceries I paid for, that's the day you're gonna meet him, sucker. Period.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. See you in the next one. Bye bye.